What's going on, guys? Today we got a little bit of our lower intensity day. So we got a bunch of isometrics, crawling, core work, mobility, all that jazz. And then later in the afternoon, we're gonna hit some upper body. This is the second half of the week of me on a new program. So now we've only got 2 high intensity lower body days where we're doing sprinting and lifting. And then we're gonna try to get our dunking in on the weekend. And then dispersed in between those days, we've got some upper body, lower intensity, mobility, basically this day right here. So let's get into it. Okay, so with my hip mobility here, I like the shin box rotation stuff. I find that my hips are just like the main thing that when I get them nice and mobile, they just feel super good, super loose, and I can just get in and out of positions a lot better and a lot more pain-free. So what I like to do here is a little bit shin box rotations, get things moving around a little bit, and then I'll find one that focuses more on internal rotation. So usually this guy. Good, trying to keep this left foot flat as I drop this right knee. Boom, and then I'm going the other way. And I'm just really trying to own and control this movement. I'm not rushing it. Boom, own it, hold it for a second. Other way. A little bit tight today. And there's levels to this. Sometimes when we do mobility, we kind of just rock our pelvis, but we're trying to be super stable in that upper body, pelvis area, and just think about moving in the hips and the legs here and through those joints really well. All right, then we move on to like an external one. So for this one, I'm just reaching over that thigh, pushing down with that knee as hard as I can for 5 seconds. Boom, getting out of it, and then coming back in. 2, 3, 4, 5. Sweet, I'm gonna do the same thing with this back knee now. So I'm gonna stand nice and tall. Boom, push down. Try to lift that other foot. 5, relax. Oof. Oof. 3, 4, 5. And then one thing I like with mobility is to just kind of go with what I feel like I need. So sometimes there is a structure to it, but sometimes I feel like I just want to open my hips this way. So I'm just kind of exploring that movement, sticking to those principles of keeping things stable and just trying to own that range of motion. Own it, try to push a little further each rep, use your muscles to get into it. It's not passive, it's active. All right, so next up here we got a little bit of a crawl and sled pull circuit. So crawling, super good for just that rib cage and pelvic alignment. And then just something I'm not getting in my typical intense day, and I've just kind of been missing out on. And I think there's a lot of really good benefit to it. And then we're getting a sled pull circuit. For the sled pull, I'm just gonna go sideways, and I might throw in a backwards one as well. But really just thinking about getting that lateral movement that I don't really get through linear sprinting, dunking, or that I don't really get a lot of, and I maybe just get a little bit in the warm-up. So we're just getting a little bit more on this day, something that, really just filling the gap. So when it comes to our crawls, our sled pulls and stuff like that, same thing with the mobility is we can rush through it and we can be super sloppy and just get it done. But we can be super intentional. We can push into the ground with all 5 fingers, roll through our toes, be super stable and just mindful of how our body is moving. Yeah, so I think with that, with the sled, I'm thinking keeping my entire foot on the ground, keeping all of my toes on the ground and not trying to just rush through it and have sloppy foot contacts. Same thing with the crawls, hands planted, rolling through the toes, and just being mindful about how we're interacting with the ground and with the movement. Next up here, we got a isometric circuit. So we're going knee extension iso for the patella tendons here. We're trying to find about a 60-degree angle. So kind of like that middle range. 90 would be here, 180 would be up here. So kind of like in the middle somewhere. And then, yeah, we're holding for 45 seconds to a minute. The goal is to get a big burn, 8 out of 10-ish kind of range within that 45 seconds. And then we're gonna move on to our foam roller bridge hamstring isometric. And we're also gonna pair in a Copenhagen plank isometric. Okay, I'm going one leg at a time today as well. That's not gonna be enough. Okay, the other thing I'm doing here is trying to keep that pain in the patella kind of below or around a 3 out of 10. If it gets too high, I don't know, I just don't feel good about that. And if I don't hit it in that minute, I'm just gonna go longer until I get that big burn. All right, so with foam roller hamstring bridge, I'm thinking almost straight legs, that's straight legs. I don't wanna be 90, so somewhere in between there. Okay, head's relaxed. I'm gonna tuck my tailbone up between my legs. Okay, pull those heels up, and then I'm just gonna peel that low back up. Good, and then I'm just pressing with the, just underneath the balls of my feet and the arch of my foot there, but I also wanna keep the outside down as well. 45 seconds here. All right, guys, it's 3 hours later, and we're back for some upper body. We got overhead press. We got some kind of horizontal row. Probably gonna go with the landmine row, and then probably just gonna go straight into some arm farm beach body circuit. Okay, so we just did all our warm-ups for overhead press. Now we're gonna go in for a top set here. Try to get maybe 3 to 4. Let's go. All right, so that was our top set. Now we've backed down a little bit. We took 5 kgs off, and we're gonna do 2 more sets, shooting for about 6 to 8 reps here. Woo! Now that's what you call a grindy rep.
People do all that. Yeah. And just instead of ice cream, you can have
Nice and grindy. All right, next up we got a bent over row. We're gonna go same situation, one top set, shooting for about, I don't know, 3 to 5 reps here. And then we're gonna back down for some sets of 6 to 8. I don't do a lot of bent over rows, so we'll see how we do. It's all right. All right, 6 to 8 here. Should be fucking manageable. All right, guys, last set here. Definitely running out of steam. Got about 15 minutes, so we'll hit this. And then freaking beach circuit to finish. Beach circuit to finish. Woo. All right, guys, that's all we got here. We're gonna do another set of that. But on closing note, today all about just feeling good, getting my upper body work in. I didn't think this upper body work was as important as it is, but the past kind of week, I've been feeling a little bit shitty in the upper body. Super tight in like the upper neck and chest area, shoulders just feeling crap. So happy it's back in here, and hopefully we can clean that up by just getting back to it, getting strength, putting on muscle up there, and just keeping that armor strong.